Hi, I'm Johnny Ass Creek. I'm from Skunk Liver, Arkansas. This is my The Voice backstory. Anyhow, like I said, I'm from Skunk Liver, Arkansas, and it's a population of 25. If we had 26, we'd have had ourselves a public post office, but such is the vicissitudes of life. Anyhow, growing up, I didn't have much. Women are always complaining about how the fact the guy doesn't put the toilet seat down. We didn't even have a toilet seat. Had to make solid or liquid crouching like some kind of animal during the early days, and that was tough. That was real tough. One day, in fact, it was the worst day of my life. Looking back on it, I got this nasty paper cut on my pinky finger, and it hurt like a bitch. And I poured some rubbing alcohol on it. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. It smarted quite awful, and at the same time, I got a thumbtack lodged in the underside of my sneaker. Yeah, that was a dark chapter in my life. It was really, really tough for me. Two inconvenient, downright irksome things happening at the same time. I could have said, "Hey, life, you win. I give up." I could have done that. I could have cashed in my chips and called it a day. But and at the same time, during the night, my mother came to me like in a dream, and she said, "Darling, sometimes life, it just kicks you in the balls." Now, looking back on it in retrospect, what my mom said was kind of obvious, kind of straightforward, and I wonder why she didn't really have a message at the end of that dream. She just kind of stated the obvious. I hate to be the one to point that out, but kind of superfluous dream when you look back on it. Anyway, my first love for music came when I was just a boy. I loved the radio, loved listening to the radio. But one day what happened was the knob broke off on the radio, and it got stuck between stations, and all I could hear was static. Morning, noon, and night, and static. But I didn't let that deter me. I listened to that static. I listened, put my ear up to the radio, morning, noon, and night, and I listened to that static. And I imagined all the music I could have been hearing. Finally, when I was about 13, I had a big audition for a talent scout. But on the way there, a mosquito kind of flew in the bus. It was whizzing around, didn't bite me or nothing, but thereafter, I became paranoid and spooked, and all through the audition, I kept swatting that imaginary mosquito. They looked at me like I was psychotic or something. The scout did, and he thought I needed treatment. I didn't get the job, and actually I found out later that man had reported me to the authorities because of my supposed condition. Anyhow, that was my first aborted try into the world of music business, into the world of show business, and anyhow, today on The Voice is my last big hope. If I don't get the judges to turn a chair, I may just opt to end my own life. I've given a lot of thought. I may just opt to call it a day, end my life, or I could join my cousin's waste disposal business. I guess that's another option I hadn't considered. I guess I will consider. I mean, there's pros and cons to both. You could really argue both sides of the issue, but I guess we'll see. Anyhow, it's time for my audition.